I have an actual studio now. Let's turn it into an actual usable room. So as you can see, this is not my usual setup, but now it is. This is my new normal setup. I have an office/studio. So this room basically serves two purposes. If you don't know, I have my own video production business, so I do freelance videography and a little bit of photography if needed. And also I'm obviously trying to do this whole YouTube content creation thing. So that'll be the main two uses for this room. It'll be mostly for working on videos and anything else I need to do at my computer and actually filming stuff. So one of the benefits of having a dedicated studio is the flexibility that I have when I'm shooting stuff. I can move the camera around, move my C-stands around, and have a bunch of different A-roll shots even, or other shots, without having to work around, my bed that takes up half the room and bad angles just because the room just doesn't look that good or doesn't look very professional, let's say. Whereas this room I can make look a lot better on video. And because it does have a big open space in the middle, it's a lot easier to move stuff around. I can move this desk wherever I want as well. And it's just so much more flexible than what I was using before. And not only does it allow me to set up different A-roll shots like this, it's a lot easier to set up an overhead camera for, say, unboxings. I've already filmed 2 unboxings on this desk with my C-stand right here already, and I've been in this office for a couple days. It also allows me to get out of my bedroom more, so I'm not just stuck in there doing everything. I'm not filming in there, I'm not editing in there. Even watching YouTube, I come into here to use my computer, whereas my bedroom is now separate from all that stuff. So I think it should also have a positive impact on that part of my life, just sleeping better and stuff like that. I also feel like having a dedicated place for work will make me more productive, and hopefully that's the case. We'll find out, but I think it will, to some degree at least. It also means that I can leave stuff set up if I need to. For example, if I was filming unboxings and I knew I was going to film another one, I could just leave stuff set up for it. Or if I, for some reason, filmed a YouTube video over multiple days or filmed multiple short form videos with the same setup, I can just leave it set up and it's not a big deal. As long as I can get through to my computer, there's no real issues. So I can leave tripods out, I can leave lights out, doesn't really matter. And if for whatever reason I wanted to fully rearrange the entire setup, it's a lot easier to do that in a room where this is all I have. Whereas if I've got a bed taking up half the room and, I also have to live there, it's a little bit harder to rearrange everything. Whereas this room, move the desks around, that's pretty much it. But now let's actually get to a bit of a tour, shall we? So here's the studio. The dimensions are 3.6 meters by 3.4 meters, so it's almost a square. And I'm just gonna move this light a bit just so it's not like in the middle of the room. But I'll show you sort of how I have things set up. So starting over at the exciting part, we got the camera set up here. Let's get some light on that. So this is gonna be sort of my main A-roll setup, let's say. This is the FX30 with the Sigma 24-70 f2.8 on it. Got the Atomos Ninja 5 XLR audio handle going to the Rode NTG1 mounted on this boom arm on my C-stand. And I've got the Amaran 100D on there with the Aperture Light Dome Mini 2. And this, I literally got today, this tripod. This is a Small Rig Free Blazer tripod. I'm gonna make a whole video about it and video tripods, but so far it's pretty good. And then if you might have noticed, I did have a hair light, which is back there. This is the Aperture MT Pro, which I also got pretty recently. And it is good just to sort of mount anywhere and use as a, a fill light or a hair light, depending on sort of where it goes. It's also full RGB, so I could set it to whatever color I want. I often put it to a nice blue color, but for this one, I just thought I'd go 5600 Kelvin. Quickly going over the slightly more boring stuff. Over here we have, I'm actually gonna turn the overhead light on just so we got a little bit more light. Just got some shelves here that they have been in the background of some of my videos. I used to have them in my bedroom, but it's just shelves. I've got some boxes on display and then, a lamp, because, good to have that warm light when you're working at night. And that's pretty much it. Nothing really important on that. Have some other shelves over here which is basically my charging station. So I have my NPF and Z series battery chargers, as well as a USB hub that I've just got my spare USB cables plugged into to charge, say, the Wireless Go 2. And I've got a micro USB one there as well, because I do have a couple of micro USB things. Between those two shelves, we have just a couch, because I thought it'd be nice to be able to sort of chill and rest here, or if I have a guest, somewhere for them to sit, then it's nice. Also, sort of side benefit, does help with sound a bit as well. Oh my god, this, all right, hopefully that stays. I need to get an actual lav, because this not good. But it also gives me somewhere to just sort of sit if I'm taking a break or something like that. Now turning around, now there are two windows here. We have window here behind these curtains, and then window here. I do usually have them closed when I'm filming at night and in general during the day, but I did try filming today with it during the day open, and it worked reasonably well. The only problem is my light in here really isn't quite powerful enough to overpower the sun, so it's a bit too bright out there if I expose for it, and then it's too dark in here. So I'll either need a more powerful light, or I'll just have to let some of the outside clip. We'll see. I'll do a bit more experimentation with it. I just got some shelves here with just extra stuff that I need, a bunch of cables, my speed editor. I've got my PS4 controller, not that I really do much gaming anymore, but that's there, just extra accessories and some books. Now we get onto the desk. I've done PC tours back in the day, and I'm not really gonna go through the whole like specs of my computer here, but one thing I did do with this new setup is I went down to 2 monitors. Now I've been using 3 monitors for a long time, and I only just went to 2 monitors, and I finally turned my 4K 32-inch monitor into my primary display. I've been using this 27-inch LG Ultra Gear monitor as my primary display for quite a while, ever since I got it, because it is a high refresh rate and I used to do a lot of gaming. Now I don't do that much gaming. I don't need it as my primary display. If I want a game, I can still just look at that screen. But it has been good to have this 4K display in the center, and I don't have to turn to the side if I'm just watching a YouTube video anymore. And it's also great for editing. I can actually fit all of DaVinci Resolve on one page, and I don't even need to use a second monitor. I can still do that, and I sometimes do, but I can fit everything on one page, and it kind of works. Other things on the desk, I've got obviously desk, pad, keyboard, mouse. This is the MX Master 3 from Logitech. Really popular mouse, but it's a really good mouse, so it makes sense. Speakers, I've got the Wave XLR. Not that I actually have any XLR mics plugged in, but it does run the Wavelink software, which is how I control my audio via the Stream Deck, so it is actually still useful. Over here, I have a Rode boom arm with the Rode, so there's the Rode PSA1 boom arm and the Rode XCM50 condenser USB mic. I did a whole video on that. That's the Unify versus Wavelink video. Talked all about that. I usually keep my card reader here. I need to get another one of these so I can, you know, transfer files easier and I don't have to get it out of my bag sort of thing, or pack this into my bag all the time. NTH100 headphones. The whole corner behind there as well, don't really have much of a use for it at the moment. It is good that I could just chuck a light stand back there, and I could, you know, if I was on a video call or I was streaming, I could easily just put a light behind my computer now, because I've never been able to do that. But as for right now, not really sure what I'm gonna do with it. And this is also a sit-stand desk, so I do work standing quite a bit. Now moving on to this desk. This is the desk that I used to use, and I actually made this desk when I was 16 in school. I made this desk, and that's the main reason that I kept it after I got this desk, because it's a little bit sentimental because I made it, so I sort of want to keep it. And on this desk, I have been keeping it pretty clear because this is great for filming unboxings from top down, so I'll just set up the C stand and do top down shots. I do also have my third monitor here that I don't really use at the moment, but it does have an HDMI cable that I can then plug into my camera. So if I do need to monitor my camera, like let's say if I was shooting a talking head shot sort of here or something like this, I could very easily just plug it in and then monitor it on there. Whereas if the camera is all the way over there like it is now, not really worth it. and I do have the Ninja on there, so it's not a huge deal. I might end up selling it, might not, who knows. And I've sort of got the 2 desks in a bit of an L configuration, as you can sort of see. And I've wanted to have an L desk for forever, but it's just taken so long for me to finally do it because I finally have the space now. And finally, on the other wall that I probably am not gonna show in videos too much, just because I feel like it doesn't really fit with the vibe of the rest of the room, but is just this wardrobe. So in here, I just have a bunch of just extra storage for stuff that I don't really need to access. Bunch of boxes up in there, all the boxes from actual like products up in there that I used to sort of display on these shelves, but now I only have the like really expensive ones, the cameras. And then in this wardrobe here, on the front, I've got a whiteboard where I put my weekly to-do list. That's what I've decided I'm gonna do with it. And then I have just a space here on the floor to put tripods, light stands, whatever. I can just keep extra stuff in the corner if I need to. And then in this wardrobe, I keep all the stuff that I actually need access to. You know, I've got my Recon here, I've got, you know, XLR cable, tripod plate, my other lens that doesn't fit in my camera bag, just all the stuff that I might need. So that's pretty much it. That's the office. Got a few pictures on the wall. I took those photos. I did not take that photo. But that's pretty much the studio. Let me know what you think. I'm really keen to use this a lot. I'm gonna be in here a lot, filming stuff, editing stuff, working on business things, rlmedia.com.au. If you're in the Brisbane area and you need any video stuff, or even if not, we might be able to fix something out. I have a video production business now. I do take clients now. Let me know if you need to do that. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Do all the things. Go watch that video, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.